Did you know that your competition can be ranking ahead of you because they have better keywords in their brand name? I've been doing SEO for 10 years, and this is probably the most overlooked factor. And Google is not able to fix this. Google Hummingbird 2013 introduced entity-based search. Entities are people, places, and things. And RankBrain of 2015 started using machine learning to understand the relationship between those entities, thus allowing them to understand much longer search queries. Google became obsessed trying to understand everything in the physical world, including brands. This is not about stuffing a bunch of keywords into a domain. You see, it's about putting certain keywords into the brand name, such as the city or the main service. When people search for that in the search engine, it tricks Google into thinking they are searching for your brand name. In this video, I'm going to explain how this hack will allow you to outrank your competition for the most lucrative keyword in any city, in any niche, with far less resources. Stay tuned. All right, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to explain the power of exact match domains and what can you do to take advantage of it in the search engine. The example that I always show, I have other lead gen sites, but I don't want people messing with them. So I always show this example, Tree Service Grand Rapids. When I search Tree Service Grand Rapids, this site has been ranked at the very top for a long time, and still at the top because I do believe Google is obsessive with ranking brands. And when I type in Grand Rapids Tree Service, that's the literal brand of this company that I set, Grand Rapids Tree Service. So as you can see, making my brand the city and the service has helped me a lot. I fully believe that. You got second place guys like Monster Tree Service, Timber Ridge Tree Care. And for example, like Monster Tree Service, this is not their home page. This is just their off page, but they have 47 DR. They have a lot more backlinks than I do, right? But Monster Tree Service, they're a different brand name. They're trying to rank their off page, city page, right? So again, Google is gonna like to rank the actual brand, Grand Rapids Tree Service. I recently transferred the site from a different hosting to Snaps, and when I did the transfer, somebody screwed up the name. It should be Grand Rapids Tree Service. There shouldn't be the Michigan in there. I have to go fix that. But as you can see, even if I type in Tree Service Grand Rapids, my brand name Grand Rapids Tree Service comes up at the top. Let me show you inside Snaps. So I go to edit site, go to SEO settings. First I got to fix the page title, right? So go to pages, go to home, and then hit edit page SEO. And then for the page meta title, I'm gonna remove the Michigan because that's not my real brand name. Grand Rapids Tree Service, that's the brand name. And I'm gonna add a little bit of other keywords in here like tree trimming and tree removal. Remove the S because that's not my real brand name. Gonna add the word expert here, hit save. Yeah, if we go to SEO settings and then Google business profile, we can see that the business name is set as Grand Rapids Tree Service. That's the brand name, right? Again, this transfer isn't fully complete, but I should have a logo right here as well. And how does Google really define brands is that they'll look at the logo and this kind of information, the brand name and the phone number, really important things. Google is gonna try to check that on Facebook business page, other directories and listings, social media accounts, etc., like we teach in our program, right? And over time, that's going to age because it's not gonna happen overnight. Google is gonna crawl all these different pages and see that it's all connected and you're the brand over time. And in my opinion, it's not just the domain age that's increasing in value over time, it's also the brand name, I believe, is even more important. That's going to, get stronger over time. You can see that this site, the business name is not set. It just says the domain grtreeremoval.com, which isn't helping them that well. It should say his actual brand right here, Aaron's Tree Removal Service. And it should have Aaron's Tree Removal Service right here, which is fine. But he should have Grand Rapids show up much sooner than, I guess it's not too bad, but I would rather see Grand Rapids fully in here. You can see all these different brands here. They're all trying to rank for the main keyword, right? Tree Service Grand Rapids. But are you going to actually rank the brand? Because I'm convinced that this is a very difficult problem for Google to fix, is how can Google decipher the difference between the brand and versus if the brand has keywords that the company is trying to rank. For example, if I type in Dallas SEO, Dallas SEO dogs at the top. Okay, this company has literal words Dallas SEO, so it's also almost tricking Google to thinking that when I type in Dallas SEO, I meant to type in this guy, right? Even look at the second place guy, Dallas SEO Company is the actual brand name. I'm definitely not a fan of people that stick like 5 different words in the domain. Just it looks more and more spammy. I feel like more and more people are gonna click on that less. This is what I mean. I'm talking about stuffing it with useless keywords like Dallas plumbing or roof repair services. Like I'm so not a fan of creating domains like this, because first of all, that's not a good looking brand name. So if you were to turn that into this brand, Dallas Repair Services, in my opinion, that just doesn't look like a brand. I get it, like mine's like Grand Rapids Tree Service, but because it's just so much more cleaner, it just appears an actual brand, right? Because remember, even though this is 2 words, it's just one city, right? So let's just compare it with this, like Dallas Tree Service. That looks like a real brand because everybody knows it's hard to claim that brand, right? Because everybody would want Dallas Tree Service. But when you start stacking different words like this and make it into 4 or 5 words, it increasingly looks less like a real brand. But check this out too. Look at all the map listings here. It all has Dallas SEO, Sophia Dallas SEO, Dallas SEO dogs. Clearly, Google has a hard time ciphering brand and what's a keyword. If you hit more, there are other brands that have actual just words, right? Strive Enterprise, guaranteed SEO. Strive Enterprise has 347 reviews. Because it doesn't have Dallas SEO, like it's gonna do a little bit worse when it comes to the SERPs for this specific keyword, right? Now, this isn't the only keyword. Keep in mind, this is just the main keyword, but it's not the only keyword that people are searching for, right? Like, we also can't get tunnel vision either. If I type in SEO agency in Dallas, Texas, let's see what kind of results we get. Dallas SEO. See, we get a little bit different results, like JSL marketing and web design, Dallas SEO company, but Thrive marketing agency, Dallas SEO dogs still comes up, but we get a little bit different results. Like this one is not exact match. Fire Source Media, Dallas SEO company. Now, what's the disadvantage of putting the city as your brand name? Like, it becomes harder to rank for other cities, right? Like, it doesn't make sense for you to be a Dallas SEO service and then try to rank in Miami. So that's the big downside. So for example, like this company, InterioDigital.com, Interio Digital Marketing Agency, they're ranking for Dallas SEO company, and their Dallas SEO company like off page here, Dallas SEO company. But remember, they're also trying to rank for all these other cities as well. But it's like, this company will never outrank these guys for this specific keyword, Dallas SEO, because these guys, this is their brand name. You know, when it's your brand name, like it's all the social media has that brand name, Dallas SEO dogs, all over the place on Yelp, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, all over the place, right? So Google has to triangulate that and say, hey, this is a real brand and we have to rank it when anytime somebody tries to search like Dallas SEO or Dallas something close to that. Obviously, you know, if you type in, let's just try typing in Dallas SEO company, right? Oh, what do you know? This guy is now #1 because that's his literal brand name. You see what's happening there? Guys, this is so much sauce that I shouldn't be sharing this so publicly and should be charging for this. But if you like this kind of high level tips, drop a comment and it'll motivate me to keep making more of these. But yeah, let me just keep going. Again, boom, Dallas SEO company ranked at the top in the maps as well. They changed their kind of like name here to the Dallas SEO company. I like what they did here. They put #1 Dallas SEO company. And if you're looking for SEO and you see this top ranked guy, like you're gonna be impressed, right? I like how they did that. But just this name bothers me because it's so generic. So maybe just if you could stick another word like top ranked Dallas SEO company, something like that might make it more, I would prefer that more because it's actually looking more like a brand. But you can see why they used these words here, because if you type in Dallas SEO company, that alone, according to keywords everywhere, is getting 1,000 monthly search. I went to more businesses just to see if there's any other companies that's popping up that also put these kind of words in there. One thing I will say though is just because Dallas SEO boss here, but they have no reviews, so they're not gonna rank. Just because you find out that creating a brand with keyword is pretty powerful, that doesn't mean that you can just do it in any market, or you should do it in any market. If a market is pretty weak in competition, like you really don't need to. Like plenty of our students rank just fine just with a regular brand name. For example, like Legacy Towing Service. I ranked plenty of these kind of brand names just fine without the city. If I'm targeting a city of 80,000, maybe even like 100,000, and there's not that much competition, like I'm not gonna pigeonhole myself and put the city like Troy, Michigan, Troy towing service, like, because it's too small of a city, I feel like. But if you're really low on funds and you don't have that much money to spend on backlinks or whatever, and like it does help to put the city as part of your brand name as well. It just helps to rank it easier and faster. And some niches or markets, even if you put the city as part of your brand, you're still not gonna outcompete the dominant companies there. So this is a good example, Chicago Roofing. Oh, that's interesting. Matthews Roofing is always at the top anytime I search in Chicago, but Champion Roofing came at the top for Chicago Roofing. When I type in roofing Chicago, Matthews is at the top. So again, guys, like there's so many of these nuances, like you shouldn't get too hung up on trying to rank for the main keyword. Again, like I showed in other videos, use my keyword research tool on epay.com and go rank for a bunch of other keywords. Without digging that much deeper, the only thing I can see right now is in the meta description, they put Chicago Roofing. Google might have seen Chicago Roofing there and thought that this content, this website or homepage is more relevant to this query versus this one. Let's scroll down and see other brands. Like, see, this is a good example here, Chicago Roofing. This is a brand that is called Chicago Roofing Contractors Association, right? It is ranked at the 3rd spot. And then the next guy is Chicago Roofing Solutions. It only has a DR of 8 compared to like 55, 25. If I typed in Chicago Roofing Solutions, I bet you this guy comes up at the top, right? Because that's his brand name, Chicago Solutions. Boom, like it already came up. As I was typing, I saw the address come up actually, Chicago Roofing Solutions. See how Google is classifying brands and like it memorizes in its Google brain the address even. So of course, if I type that, this site is gonna come up number 1. No one's gonna beat this website, this company for these keywords, right? Now this would be an interesting thing. What if I type in Chicago Roofing Services? This company with only DR of 22 come up at the top. Let's check it out. Chicago Roofing Services. Okay, boom, it did. So again, do you see how powerful it is to create? I'm not talking about exact match domain anymore because this is Chicago Roofing Services Inc.com, right? I'm talking about the brand you set, Chicago Roofing Services Co., right? Again, Grand Rapids Tree, there's no keywords in Grand Rapids Tree. Or it doesn't have the full brand name in there, Grand Rapids Tree Service. No, it's grandrapidstree.com. So the brand name is what's really important here, not exact match domain, because the brand name is what's, again, gonna go across all the other social media accounts for this company. And what's really interesting about this, Chicago Roofing Services gets 210 monthly search, and because it is their brand name, it'll rank ahead of the Google map listings. And some niches are going to be very different, like Dentist Miami, okay, Bayfront Dental, no Miami in the brand name. You Smile Dentist, no Miami in the brand name. This one, the 3rd place guy, has Miami Smile Dental, and this guy has Miami Smile. Bro, all I'm saying is if I had a local small business, I'm putting the city in my brand name. If I'm a dentist, I'm definitely putting the city in my brand name. Relax and Smile Dental Care. Now, does this mean you can go create a lead gen site like MiamiDentistPros.com and try to outrank these guys? It's not so easy, right? Having keywords in the brand is not the only ranking factor. Like these are actual dentist sites and they get a lot of direct traffic. People go to these offices and they go to their site. These sites have been around for a while. They have a lot of patients already. So people are searching like Smile Miami on Google a lot and going to their doctor's site, right? And then booking an appointment or calling the company, right? So they're getting a lot of these kind of direct searches. I mean, Smile Miami alone gets 210 monthly search. So you have to keep that in mind. Like you can't just come in and think that you're gonna outrank everybody just because you put Miami in the brand name. Where you can hijack this is more of those like rank and rent local SEO niches that we teach in our program. But again, if you are watching my video and you own your own business because you want to learn more about local SEO, I would highly encourage perhaps even changing your brand name to include the city and some keywords in your brand name. If you're like a dentist and you already set such a big brand, Relax and Smile Dental Care, then it might be a little bit more difficult. If I was in your shoes, if I owned my own business, I would get a business name change. This is how much of a hack this is, because again, Google is an algorithm. It can't really decipher the difference between somebody trying trying to search for a brand in the search engine versus somebody just searching for a keyword plus the city. I typed in another search query here, dental crown in Miami. Now check this out. This is a brand name that is called Implant Center of Miami. Of course, now that site is going to rank at the top because their literal brand name is such a perfect match for this keyword. And it's not even exact match. It says implant center, but implant center, Google still understands like implant and crowns are very similar words. And they also created a page about dental crowns in Miami in one of their pages. So this one, Google is seen as most relevant to the search query. Let's scroll down. Now, the second, like this is a brand, Barksy, like dentist, and they have a page about dental crowns in Miami. All right, that's a good page that they built. A new smile dentist, again, dental crown. Most of these are now dentist brands that are ranking for dental crowns because they built a really nice page for it, right? I'm not gonna dig that much deep into it, why this guy's ahead of this guy. But one thing to really pay attention here is because I put dental crown in Miami and not dentist Miami, look at all the brands at number 2, number 3, number 4 spot is no longer those company with the word Miami and dental in it. Like for example, this guy we saw, Smile, Miami Smile Dental, those guys are nowhere to be found. And again, look at also how far back down the map listing is compared to the sites, right? Like it just goes to show like the value of targeting long tail keywords. Again, I'm gonna keep plugging my tool here, ePace keyword research tool. Go use this tool, guys, and type in dental, see all this, root canal, gum disease treatment, wisdom teeth removal, scaling and route planning. I know that's like a common service, so let's check out what kind of search results we get with that. Okay, Miami periodontist, that makes sense. Their literal brand is about gum disease, and then they have scaling and route planning. And then this one, Fontainebleau Dentistry, periodontal world, this has a literal D of 0 because the brand is so about periodontal disease. Google is ranking one of their off pages. Let's check out this site. Look at how crappy this site is, guys. I mean, this could be a lead gen site idea. Like, let's pull this site up on it. I see periodontal world, organic keywords. I mean, with 0 DR, according to Ahrefs, it's not ranking for that many things, but this just proved that Ahrefs isn't a perfect tool either, because clearly if you type in scaling and route planning in Miami, this guy came up. Route planning Miami still comes up. So imagine building a site like this, you have a little bit more DR and you start ranking for route planning in different cities all across Florida or even other states. If you have a dentist that's really hungry for this kind of work or any specific keyword, if you create a brand about that keyword and rank in other cities, that's a lead gen idea. And honestly, this is getting into more advanced SEO, and what I call advanced SEO is honestly using strategies like this that the regular person is not aware of. A regular SEO person is constantly just focused on trying to rank for the main keywords, right? But they don't understand that creating a brand that not people are paying attention to, like periodontal disease or scaling and route planning, creating a brand around that and ranking other cities is another way of lead gen. Guys, I'm giving way too much sauce. Drop a comment in the description if you guys are digging what I'm throwing down right now. Let's do one more example. Teeth whitening Miami. This is gonna be competitive, right? Everybody searches for like teeth whitening. What I was checking for is, are there other brands that are all about teeth whitening in Miami, Florida? And looks like there isn't. We only see South Gable Dental, nothing about whitening. There's no brands that's just targeting Lando Dental, right? No, Miami Designer Smiles, True Smiles, Miami Smile Dental, Miami Perfect Smile. I mean, you can see Google is trying to match the brand that's worthy. I guarantee every dentist website in Miami, by the way, has a page about teeth whitening. But why is Google ranking these? Because their brand name is more aligned to that keyword, Miami Smiles. If I was a dentist, here's literally what I would do. Let's say my father was a dentist and that's how he named the brand Town Care Dental, with no foresight into the need of putting keywords in the brand names. But what I would do is I would maybe keep that brand because it already has a bunch of Google reviews and whatnot, and the customers are coming using that website, whatever, or customers that you've had for years are used to that site. But let's say you wanted to get more teeth whitening clients, right? Maybe they're like easy to deal with. I would literally register a different business at your same location and create a whole new brand more closely specializing in teeth whitening. And then I would name that brand something like this: Miami Teeth Whitening Perfection. Okay, now this is not gonna happen overnight, right? But you create that brand, create a website, create all the social media pages, all the optimization tactics, We go really in depth in our coaching program, but you create all of that, and within maybe I'd say probably wait at least 2 to 3 months for Google to register that brand. We also have other strategies to really cement this brand name in the brain of Google. But if you're able to do this, imagine if somebody searches teeth whitening Miami, Florida. Your brand is going to be at the top of that search engine over time. Again, I'm not going to go too much into detail. I think I explained enough. You guys need to like read between the lines and look at the potential here of what you can accomplish when you start creating brand names with specific keywords in mind. You could go really fast and much stronger in this business of lead generation, or whether you're trying to do local SEO for your own company. Again, we have a coaching program where we go much more in depth about these kind of like tricks and tips. Me and Dan are actually working on a brand new version of the training as we speak, so stay tuned for that. If you're a local business and you feel like you want some of my help or you want some consultation, I am going to open a couple spots for the right type of client/company. I haven't done so in quite some time, but I do want to create more case studies. So if you're interested, hit me up on Instagram. Other than that, guys, I'm going to be coming out with new AI writing tools on my site, epay.com, so stay tuned for that.